Beanshooter, I like the gym, let's go. Beanshooter, somebody's gotta let them know. Beanshooter, I like the gym, let's go. Beanshooter, it's not a line he doesn't toe. In a world full of dogs, you're gonna need a dog catcher. If you're wearing a mask out there, and fresh air's gonna get you. He always shoots from the hip. For iced coffee, take a sip. Toss it out the window. Out of ball, let her rip. Beanshooter, like a gin, let's go. Beanshooter, somebody's gotta let them know. Beanshooter, like a gin, let's go. Beanshooter, it's not a line he doesn't toe.
We got a special guest on tonight. Another
Special needs.
special needs.
This guy's got more jokes than anybody.
This guy might be the new co-host if he keeps going at this rate. Another find from Anne-Marie Fauci or LaFauci. Fauci. We're calling her Fauci. Anne-Marie Fauci in Boston Magazine. I met Bam the drummer at a show, right?
Yep.
The release for the magazine party. And this guy was fucking electric. I'm like, fucking, who's this guy? And I started talking to him, just a real good guy. But if you haven't caught his show live, it's a must. He's going to be at the beach all summer at the L Street Tavern, right?
L Street at Hampton. I'll be every Sunday at Surfside in Salisbury. I'm at Saddle Up Saloon once a month in Kingston, New Hampshire. Main Street in Peabody, Mass. One Main.
One Main. That's
So
what
shout out to Disco family.
Man, that place is on
Shout
fire.
out to the Disco,
the Tedisco
family.
The Tedisco,
One
absolute
Main.
best on
One
One Main.
Main.
You know what? I met a kid. He was at Tedisco at the Shawsheen Tech graduation a week ago, and I was like, "Oh, I know your
That's
family."
his son, right?
It was
Yeah.
I know the grandfather who owns a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the son's son, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, all good people.
Yeah.
Pat's a
From
great guy.
East of Boston, right? Originally?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
he's
think
east of us, Orient Heights.
Orient Heights, he might have been, but his wife was sick for a while, and she's just coming out of it now, cancer. But,
Yeah, clean.
They're
Just
they're
tested clean. Good
they're fighting,
God.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's
good people.
awesome.
Good people for real.
But
They treat us good up there.
And they I gotta say, they treat honestly. Can I tell a story about him?
Oh, let's go.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
All
right, that's enough.
Here's how I met Pat, right?
All right.
So, Chris Flayhive, another great guy into the comedy scene. He's he puts on shows, and like he did what's his name from he did the Lynn Auditorium. It was the cover. Not Jamie Foxx. What's the other Fox? The other one.
Red Fox.
No, not Red Fox. I just used Sanford and Son in my latest thing. It wasn't Fox. It wasn't Jamie Foxx. It was
Sean O'Brien.
No, what the hell's his name?
Come on, is it a fox? Is it another fox?
Jesus Christ! What the hell? Wayans. That's what it was.
Damon
It was
Wayans.
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Chris is the one that really got me in through a girl named Vanessa Salvucci, another singer that is another awesome person.
Sounds like a hot ticket.
Yeah, she's the shit.
Vanessa Salvucci.
So, actually, Vanessa Fugazi now.
Fugazi?
Yeah, Fugazi, not
Fugazi.
Fugazi. So I come in and I'm all booked for the show. I played once, it went over well. Second show, I come in and Pat Tedisco, nicest guy in the world, right?
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Pat's a
Super
sweetheart.
nice,
Yeah.
right? Always, hey, can I get you? Great guy.
Always, yeah.
Steak tips.
So-
Forget about it.
All of a sudden, he calls me right before. Now, I got thousands of views on this promo I put out, and I've got all kinds of people showing up to the show. He calls me the night before. He calls me that day. He goes, Bam, I am so sorry. I double booked. I've got a DJ in here. He goes, listen, before you get, just want to tell you right off the rip, I'm going to pay you anyways.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. That's really good business. And I said, no, what, brother? I said, why don't you do this? Because I play with DJs too.
Right.
I said, know what? Why don't I come down too? I said, because I got a shitload of people that will leave if I'm not there.
Right.
So you know what? If you're gonna pay me, let's do this. And he was like, man, that's awesome. This is a big
How was the
gig.
DJ about it? Good?
So here it comes. So I called the
You say to me all the time, like, let me finish.
So I go to call the DJ. I'm not going to mention any names, but I go to call the DJ. I said, give me his number and stuff. And I start asking him questions, and he's going left and right and center. And I'm like, all right. So I said, okay, well, no, I got an idea. Why don't we just switch off? You do your thing for a couple, I'll go on. That way there's no break, on, off, on, up. So it's a double hit, like
Sure.
2 different acts. So that's how it was going to go. So this guy was just telling me everything he did and did and did and did. And like 20 minutes later, I'm like, dude, what are we going to do? I don't care about what you did. I care about what we're going to do. What do you have, So now he starts it up and he's going and I go on and I light it up for a couple and I come off and he's back on. And then he goes over the limit that we said we were going to do. And I'm like, okay, so, so all of a sudden Pat everyone's going, hey, when are you going on? When are you going on? I'm like, just giving him the professional courtesy,
Right.
So all of a sudden I go up to him and I go, hey, I said, I'm ready when you're good. And he told me, he goes,
He gave you the one finger.
The finger wag.
So I took 2 breaths and I said, okay, brother, no problem. So I'm waiting. No. Hey, Bam, when are you going on? Bam, are you going? Dude, when are you going on? So I'm like, okay. Now all of a sudden, Pat is like, hey, Bam, nothing for nothing, but when are you going on? I'm like, he told me, I said, all right. I run up there again. He goes, you're not coming. The guy goes, you're not coming on for another 30 minutes.
Really?
And I went, that's what I said. I go, really? I said, okay. Okay. And I go back and I'm standing there. Pat goes, oh, why are you back here? And I go, well, he said he's not done for another 30 minutes. And he goes, and Pat goes, oh, yeah? He goes up and he talks to Pat talks to him and he goes, listen, let's flip this around. The guy gave him the fucking.
Oh, shit, the owner.
And he says, and the DJ starts yelling at him saying, how dare you disrespect me in the middle of this is art. How dare you disrespect me like that in the middle of my performance? He just went up to the booth and said, hey, and he starts losing his shit. And Pat, Pat.
Yeah.
Pat's a freaking
Sweetheart. Just a
nicest
sweetheart.
guy. Ding! Round 1.
Yeah.
Pat fucking went, woo! Pat flipped over sideways. He's like, get the fuck out of my building.
That's the only natural reaction to have.
Pat, and I hope this doesn't get him in trouble. Because it's so out of character. People are probably going to be like, I think he's talking about someone else.
Yeah.
Pat and the bouncers start taking the fucking speakers while he's playing and
Nice.
putting them out on the sidewalk. I'm like,
why didn't we show up that night?
oh my God, dude. I'm sitting there and he's got bouncers and this guy's, and he fucking did the professional. He just went,
Nice.
put him outside. I was in love with the guy after that.
That's
you
how
know
you
what I'm
met him.
saying? He's just like, I'm like, wow.
You've been there ever since.
And you know what? And lighting up rooms. And every time at One Main, all the tables are sold out. So if you're ever going to see this show, call for a reservation if you want a table. Plus, people coming to eat because the food is
Food's
great, too.
good.
Food's good.
Yeah.
really good.
Steak
And the
tasting.
service, I mean, just to have the owner come over, it's almost like old school Anthony's
yeah,
Beer
exactly.
floor.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, is everything
Right
all
there.
right?
Yeah,
Do you want more
yeah.
water? Do you know?
Get this guy a drink. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have any more butter. Do you want more butter with your bread? He's not just being plastic.
Right.
He
Yeah.
genuinely is.
Yeah, he's an old school guy. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
He's
big
an old
time.
school guy.
And does really good business, man. Really good business. Good dudes.
So listen, it's hard to explain the show to people
It's tough.
Without seeing it.
that
Without
haven't
being there.
seen it. It's
Yeah.
like I'm not just pumping the guy up. He's not just some drummer. He's got this whole thing down. And when he did the Phil Collins thing with
That was crazy, wasn't that? nuts?
oh my God! Just it's quite the thing. You got to experience it.
That little mix kind of screws things up sometimes because it makes a dance floor stop and people go,
Yeah.
And they're all like, I'm like,
It's a
wow.
one-man show for real.
It's fun.
And I put your I put on the story last night that he was coming on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a few people messaged me. Oh, I seen that guy. It's unbelievable. And then
Yeah.
someone said, I saw him in the gym doing calf raises with 8 plates or some.
Yeah. Oh,
fucking-
really?
something-
Really? Yeah. No shit. Yeah. Well, it's 8 plates on each side with
He's jacked. He is
with
jacked,
with
right?
2.5s in between.
Yeah.
Because you get on, you stretch, you go heavy, and get your hands on your hips. Get your hands off those sissy bars.
Yeah.
Get your hands on your friggin' hips. Crank them out. Reach over, drop a plate.
Yeah.
Drop a plate till it's down, You get off, and my calves are like a fucking cobra. And that's how you get the big bass drum sound.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
big
Right. Oh,
bass
yeah.
drums.
When I look at someone playing the drums, I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
easy.
Yeah, no, not really.
It's simple.
That's funny.
Herein lies the problem. You got to be coordinated.
My brother Ronnie played drums. That's just like playing the hi hat and the bass drum with different feet doing different things. That's impossible to me because both my feet do the same thing. I
Right.
can't do this one this way. Try to do that.
Yeah.
Try to tap like this.
My father could probably do it because my father drives with 2 feet. You ever see a 2-foot driver? And
Yeah,
he-
from
and-
behind the
and
people
he
that
doesn't
would
have a
ride their
steering.
brake light all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like 2-foot Tommy, I call him. Who
Tommy.
the fuck taught you how to drive like
That's,
that? You know?
that's Tommy Tank Top Tough Guy's
Yeah,
cousin.
that's you.
right?
That's you. Tommy Tank Top Tough Guy right here, live and in the flesh. So, so growing up, where'd you grow up? Were you athletic? How'd you get into the drums? Obviously you were athletic. You seem like a fucking
Yeah,
big guy.
that's just running from
hold
the
on,
cops.
hold on. And is that hair real?
It is. I grew this myself, like I always
You
say.
motherfucker.
I know.
Not
for nothing.
The fuck, you know?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this guy just come here to show us up. You know what I mean?
Fucking mop, you
Yeah,
guy.
just come to show us
It
up.
came with the head. That's the other one I said. So
All right, so yeah, where'd you grow up? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I grew up in Salem, Massachusetts, on Gallows Hill. Went to Witchcraft Heights Elementary School.
Oh, it's a real thing. Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Trust me, I dated a lot of witches. But third grade, I told the story a million times, but third grade, they bring all the kids into the auditorium, and all the music teachers, the clarinet teacher, the violin teacher, trombone, all the teachers would line up, and they talk about the instrument in front of all the kids. This is this is that, it makes this sound, blah, blah, blah. Then they go down the line. And then they all play a couple of songs together as a band. Well, the drummer, the guy was just standing there with a snare drum, and it was just that and one cymbal. And I could tell you, like I've said on other podcasts, I can smell what they were making for lunch that day. I still remember everything about it. They played the Hogan's Heroes, right?
Yep.
They played Hogan's Heroes.
Showing our age. I just want you to know that.
Right? And I'm like, and then they played the friggin' Muppet Show too. And the drum teacher's like, and I'm like, that's my shit right there. That's where I'm gonna sit right there. And from there, I just fell in love with it.
Wow.
Then I started playing. I worked at a place called Don Car Drum Studio as a little kid, which was in Peabody, right near where I won name.
Right.
So they took me in. I'd rip up the trash, break up the boxes, set up drum sets. I was a little kid, the pet kind of. But I'd take lessons and suck in any information you could about music and about drumming and how's this guy. Look at this guy. What's he drive? What's he playing? Everything. Because there was no internet. You know, you had to go find the information. So as time went on, I'm about 13, 14 years old, and musicians would come to the drum studio if they needed a drummer. And then they'd pull out the book, and guys would look through the book, what the guy plays, this and that, do. Well, or they'd get suggestions from the owner. Well, they started suggesting me. And I just mirrored sunglasses, and, I was kind of a big kid, taller kid. And I started playing in bands in bars when I was like 13 and 14 years old. Yeah.
How did you just naturally gifted or
No,
you just took to it? Or
If you love it that much,
passionate about it.
That's it. Nothing's going to, because if it's what you want and it rewards you that fast. I mean, it was, yeah, it was very vaginal.
Right?
No,
I mean, let's call a spade, right?
yeah.
You know, these guys playing guitar and playing the drums and in bars, you know,
Yeah.
you got a leg up on the rest of us. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
well, you know, the thing is, another story is, you know, people come up and they're like, dude, that girl wants to sleep with you or this and that. That, you know. All right, so check this out. You guys have seen me play. I look like I just wrestled friggin'
Alligator.
half dozen midgets in KY jelly by the time after my first set. I'm soaked and greasy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if some girl wants to go have sex with me out in a van while that's going on, what'd she do last weekend?
Yeah.
That's something people don't think about. So I'm a big fan of quality, not quantity.
All right.
You
I
Yeah.
know.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, you're so, I mean, but you're a kid, you know what I mean? That young, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, trust me. Well, the thing is, it got thrown into an adult world because all of a sudden I'm going into these bars where I'm playing and I'm going in at 5 o'clock for sound check and bring my gear in. There's one of my teachers asleep on the fucking bar. And they're like, yeah, call Johnny. Just get Johnny. Let's get him here. His cab is here. Like, this is what he does all the time.
Yeah.
This is what he does when he's not in class. Another time, I don't know if I could say this on the air.
You
but,
can.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just don't know if I'm going to really regret it. One time, there was a club called Grover's. And, I'm going to get so much shit for this. All right, so there's a club called Grover's, and I end up fucking. I'm playing this bar, and I meet this cute woman, and again, I'm 14 years old, but I look older, and I'm wearing sunglasses. Back then, it was cocaine. That was 1984. Cocaine wasn't even addictive then.
Yeah. It was just something to do after you're drinking.
Right.
No, once you started drinking.
Yeah. So all of a sudden I end up with this woman who's cute, super cute little thing. She's buzzed. We're doing bumps. Next thing you know, she's like, because I was like the second band of 5. So I got to go on and get off, meet her, and now it's party time with her. Long story short, we end up leaving. She goes, why don't you come to my house? I said, okay. She goes, because I can't drive. I didn't want to say I can't either because I'm 14. So I said, okay. She goes, here. I said, okay. Fucking 1978 Pinto hatchback, right?
Nice.
Yeah, green.
I just saw a Pinto the other day in upstate New York. I hadn't seen one forever. Yeah. I did.
So I'm driving. I drive her. She said, go here, go here. So I'm out in front of her house. And I shut the car off. I shut it off and I'm like, remember, I don't have a license. So all of a sudden we're messing around. We didn't even make it in the house. All of a sudden she's doing the Barnum and Bailey trick, the sword swallow and
I like that.
right? She's doing the Peter Frampton. Wow. So I'm like this. Now, being 14 and not driving, I don't know that when you hit the brake light, the brake lights go on.
Yeah.
And for me to make a mess and shoot chowder, I have to have my legs out straight, right? So I'm like, oh, and the fucking brake light's going off. I don't know it. All of a sudden, at the window, it's my fucking guidance counselor.
From the school?
From the school. Stay up. What are you doing in Janet's car? Her name's not Janet. What are you doing in Janet's car? And I go like this. It was her friend. She lived next door. Oh, no. Oh.
We need her number.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Let me see if I can remember
Yeah,
it.
I think we need some pictures of Bam when he was
man.
14,
See what he's doing,
15.
trying to get the number.
The
rotary phone.
Oh, don't do a 0. Oh, shit.
Yeah. People don't know about the rotary phones.
But yeah, that shit was cuckoo.
I had one in my basement.
But going there and playing music all the time with all different types. I'm just the only white guy in an all black band. And I'm talking down south Virginia, Atlanta brothers. Yeah. Slick D, Israel Bullard, Rick Fly, combined with some guys like Larry Thomas, who played with New Kids, played with Marky, Brian McKnight, all these guys. And that's a whole different style, approach, goal. You know, it's not be the drum solo thing. It's, you know what? Bite that bottom lip and make people get the friggin' stank face out and make that room fucking sweat. Now, no, hold on, Bam. Fucking stay in that groove, Bam. Yeah, see that girl right there looking? That's right. Now you got him. Now stay right there. Save that rock and roll shit for rock and roll. Stay right there. Fucking lay right in that groove. Don't even mess your fucking hair, Bam. You just fucking lay in that groove. So that's what you know, there's all different types of like food, but this is music. You know, every food is different. It's got something that's the same. I mean, that is that they all have in common. But the music thing's just been it's not a destination. It's not the destination. It's the travel. It's the journey, not the destination. That's what they say. And it's true. It just keeps giving back. Oh, rip your soul out too. But it's just awesome. And with this thing I'm doing now, it allows me to play. The Bam on the Record is the only show where the audience chooses what I play, unless it sucks. And then I won't play it. So, and it's anything from Sade to Slayer to Snoop to Sinatra, friggin' John Denver to Ozzy Osbourne. It doesn't matter. And that has been done.
Yeah.
And it's just a ton of fun. The crowd gets involved because I make them sing.
Right.
I'll be playing sounds, you know, and then they'll cover the chorus. You just keep people interactive. And besides the music and the this and the that and the show, what I'm really selling is something that people haven't had in a long time that everyone deserves. It's called fucking fun. I'm selling fun. And that's why this thing is running rampant from little kids to old women. It's just nuts. It's crazy. It's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And it's so simple. It's just fucking fun.
Do what you love.
Yeah, well, I'd be whooping off in the middle of the fucking street. I love doing that.
I think you're pretty
there's another common denominator.
I think you're pretty happy with what you're doing. I mean, imagine being this passionate about something you've been doing since you were 14.
Imagine, that's
that's everyone on the lights like, oh,
everybody's like, I sit in my office
every day.
Yeah, well, imagine your
anyway.
whole life someone said, yeah, that's great, but you need something to fall back on. Yeah, that's great, but you got to make money. Yeah, that's great, but there's absolutely no fucking guarantee that your gig this weekend is even going to happen.
Yeah.
Or it's going to happen and you're not going to get paid. Or it's going to happen and your drums are going to get stolen out of your car. Or fucking the scenarios I've seen.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, you've been doing it forever.
Fucking crazy.
You know what? I want you to talk about a little bit about, we talked about like producing and you had like big name people. We had a conversation outside One Main and that's when I asked you to come on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guy's reach is like huge in music. Like, you know?
Take the fucking hug the whole room. Again,
another thing too, were you always somewhat solo or were you in bands?
Oh, no, I've been a freelance slut musician.
Bouncing from whoever needs a drummer.
Yeah, drummers fuck up a lot, so that's why I get called in.
Yeah.
So, but and that's, you know, real players. There's a show, someone can't make it because that person's playing with Diana Ross. You know, he got a gig paying $3,500. They're flying him to Washington to play in front of the president with Diana Ross.
Wow.
I need a drummer. Where are you? How far? You know, can you be here? Can you read music?
Right.
You know, do this, do that. So. It's I've been bands. Then I started cracking the drummer DJ thing at the nightclubs, which shit in the early. Let's see when it really started. When it really started, I'd say like 2009, 2010. It was really banging pretty well there. Like Royale used to be the Roxy. Royale,
Royale, yeah.
Now that generation was brought up with DJs at weddings, okay? And most of the music that they've listened to doesn't have a drummer. It's a drum machine. You know, guys just come out with tracks.
Right.
We've seen a drummer at a wedding. whether it's a friggin' Italian wedding or whether it's a big wedding or anything, you know.
Right.
You know, we've seen it and felt what drums sound like in a room. Now I'm playing live drums to their dance music.
Right.
And kids are ripping their face off like they're taking fucking bath salts. You know what I'm saying? They're going crazy because they've never heard drums. And then putting it with their music, they're like, oh. And that went over really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I started doing the one-man thing.
Yeah. Found your niche.
Yeah. Then the one-man thing
Does anyone else do that you know?
No one's done this with the craziness the way I
Not
do
with
it.
the breadth of music. I don't think this guy does it with, like
Breath
you just
with
said.
a D.
It's no what?
TH. Yeah, you're right, Mike. I like that. That's why I fuck with you.
I can spell Schwartz in that.
Can you spell it twice? No, it's fun because number one, it's never the same show twice. And like I tell the audience, you know what? I don't care if you rode in on a friggin' Harley or a fucking unicorn. All right. You got a blue sign on your fence. On your fucking lawn, or a red sign. There's plenty of parking for all that bullshit outside of this show.
Right.
Punch out. We're going to have fun in here. None of that shit matters. Punch out. Let's have some fucking fun. And there's all, it's all kinds of people, all kinds of backgrounds. Someone comes in the room, you know how I'll do it. Someone will come in, hey, what's your name? You know, someone's like, what the fuck am I walking into? What's your name? And they'll tell me their name. They'll like, it's Lisa. Give Lisa a woo. And the fucking crowd goes, woo. Now, guess what? Now Lisa's part of the fold. Now she's in.
Right.
Now Lisa's having fun.
Right.
So, and like that speech, I said, welcome to Bam on the Record. This is the only show where the audience chooses what I play. Unless, and then I tip the microphone out to the crowd and they go, it sucks.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
it sucks. So it's all interactive.
Right.
And I've done, the amazing thing is I played everywhere. I've done over 115 shows, I'd say, in the past year or so, right around there. It's never been a fight. It's never been a...
Really?
Never. And club owners notice this.
Except when Pat beat up the DJ.
Yeah,
But that's completely different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't on stage then, so you can't. So the thing is that you look out, and I look out to the crowd, and everyone's like this. They got their mouth open. They look like a baby. That's
right.
Because they're waiting to sing. They're waiting to go, woo, or they're waiting to laugh at some stupid ass thing I'm saying, or they're dancing. And it's like that all night long.
Yeah.
Like L Street, I did a show outside, and I played 3 hours. And the crowd it was Memorial Day, right?
Oh, yeah, must have been packed.
And it's popping my first time there. So people had no idea what the fuck that was going to go on. They're waiting for the rest of the band to show up.
Yeah.
They're like, who the fuck is this freaky looking dude?
Yeah.
So what is this? WWE or WWF or something? Someone called me a fucking, I look like a wrestler. So I'm playing, crowds are in it. They love it. It's fucking just drawing from every other bar. The street behind me is full of people. Look like a Lionel Richie video.
I got to go there and light off an M80. I lit off a few right there.
But it's, but then the owner comes to me and he says, he goes, hey, Bam. No, I got a full fucking neighborhood. Never mind a bar, right? All eyes on me. He's like, hey, Bam. I'm like, what's up? He's like, how you feeling? I'm like, good. How the fuck are you feeling? What do you want? Jake, he's awesome. So he goes, hey, I've already told the crowd this is my last song. You know, thank you so much. I'm Bam the drum. People screaming. And I go, he goes, the guy that's on after you, I can't put him on. I can't put some guy with a stool, a cowboy hat, and a fucking acoustic guitar, and a fucking tin cup out there.
Yeah, tough act to fall. They're all
Tough
tired out.
act.
He's like, they'll
tough
lynch
act to
this poor bastard.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can finish the show? And I went, oh yeah.
Then
we went long. I did a 7.
There's a way.
I did a 7.
Yeah, let's talk turkey. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, I didn't. Trust me. It's all club owners pay me more than I come in low.
Listen, when you're bringing them people in there and they're all drinking, there really shouldn't be any type of argument when you're talking money.
There isn't. Well, talk low money, and I said, I'll you pay me what you think.
I like it.
You know what? I'll react to your action. You react to my action, I'll react to your action.
That's a good approach.
And you know what? It's fucking honest. You know, because club owner, you know what? I'm just a liquor salesman. That's what bands need to know. Because put yourself in the club owner's shoes. All right, great. I spent fucking $385 on toilet paper this month. Fucking insurance is $12,000 a month. I got this, I got that, I got employees, I got payroll, I got cleaners, this month I got to get the floors done. I need to, if I want to make $2,000, the bar needs to make $6,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've got to, you know, I don't care about how many friends you have on your social media or whatever, or what kind of guitar you have, or fucking whatever.
You got to bring in money to the owner.
Yeah. Right. Now, if you were the owner and you had all those bills and everything else, put yourself in his shoes and be like,
3 people show up.
Thank you. And you want 2 of them on the guest list.
Beanshooter and Johnny Bond.
Oh, man. It's like crazy.
They want free steak tips.
Yeah, and then half your friends walk out on their tab and leave a urinal full of fucking nip balls. What's up? You know?
Hey, speaking of urinals, I got a good urinal story.
Urinal?
You want to hear a good one?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I go in this bar in Lowell, the Acre Pub. I live in the Acre section of Lowell. It's a nice section of Lowell.
Historic.
It's really not the nicest neighborhood, but I go in the bathroom once in the urinal, and I got the old folds of Coke. You know the flip
paper ones?
Yeah, the paper ones.
Never heard of it.
So I open it up, I dump it out on top of the urinal, and I take my license and I go to make a big gagga, right?
Yeah.
And it all clumps together, and I'm like, "Fuck's going on? It's all stuck together." I'm like. And I realized they put a coat of Vaseline over the top of the.
No way.
When my mind was in a pretzel.
No
when
way.
I realized what had happened and it was intentional, that was designed exactly.
What was the reaction?
For somebody like me.
What did you do in response to that? That's what I want to know.
John,
Did you pretend you were a cut man and just take that Vaseline and fucking jack it up?
Imagine that. Isn't that a great one?
Yeah, but I mean, how do you navigate that even not doing coke? You get the shit on you. Like, come on.
Well, it's on who's touching the top of the fucking pisser? Who's on the top of the pisser?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd never done what I was doing.
Smear a little Vaseline on it, bad boy, and you get some sucker like me who comes in and dumps out a pile of blow on it. And there it goes. No good. You can't shoot it. You can't sniff it.
That's why they call it drugs.
Yeah. I did. I think I did the gummy, but it was fucking gross. It was.
At least your lips didn't get cracked, right?
All right. There's my urinal story. But yeah, getting back to that, like you're saying, yeah, you put the asses in the seats, you get money. You don't, you're not fucking getting money. I mean, it's simple as that,
And the thing is that why would people want us, the music industry right now, that's all I'm going to say. Music right now, are they going to play music that's out right now in 20 years, in 10 years?
Right.
Are people gonna? Because I'm looking at 17-year-old kids,
I don't know,
singing friggin' word for word Journey songs, Zeppelin songs. I'm like, shit, I didn't even know that lyric, and I had the fucking album.
Right.
And that's only because of TikTok. Because some song will go on, like some Journey song will go on some show they're watching or something. But
also kids' parents, because they've got their records and stuff. And I mean, music is there's a lot of stuff that is.
You know where it isn't the case is rap music. The like new rap stars. They don't listen to Public Enemy or NWA. Like, they're old head. They don't even know it. Like it's just like it seems to me. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Like flavor of the week, right? And they don't even know. It's not like a rock band. I grew up listening to Sabbath, or Zeppelin, or Journey, or whatever the case may be. Well,
the thing is the formula of it now, where like a lot of songs and a lot of club stuff, where I was playing with DJs, it starts. You got to build up. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Crescendo.
Nope. Now we're back floating in the clouds. Where the fuck is this going? When are we going to get started? You know what I'm saying? It's like, And a lot of music now isn't the intro, verse, chorus, verse. It's the same. And like rhyming, let's rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Let's try and make them rhyme a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not too impressed with. But to each his own, and that's the great thing.
But you had a lot of inside information about music. You actually did a lot of things in studios. You had a lot of bands. I'm saying, so you got firsthand knowledge. But what about some of the people you worked with doing that?
Actually, I'm luckiest man and the luckiest guy in the world. The thing is to learn from everybody, even when you're a big mouth like myself. Just younger being a younger, bigger mouth.
Right.
Taking it all in and applying it. A very good friend of mine, Daniel Battelle, which he's a big YouTube star. He's in that space. He's the brand ambassador for Da Vinci.
Really?
And Dan is like, let me tell you, if I had an unlimited budget from a record company, the first person I'd call as a producer, I'm talking in the world with money, not a problem. First person I call is Dan. Wow. Hands down. He could be a rocket scientist or a rock star. Check him out, Daniel Battelle on YouTube.
I will, definitely.
He's just unbelievable. Now, Dan would take me and I'd have all these drums and everything else. Dan has never made me sound better than when I worked with him. Because he doesn't care how big I am or whatever. Or however, he's like, hey, no, not that. Not that. No.
Where's he out of?
He's out of New Hampshire.
Where in New Hampshire?
He was in southern New Hampshire by the beach. Seabrook, I believe he's got his place. His Seabrook house. But he was in, let's say, Windham, New Hampshire originally. Right. But he'd take all my drums away. Take them all away. I'd only have the bass drum, the snare drum, and my hi-hat. He goes, make that work. I'm like, what about all this shit?
You don't need it.
But something else that he taught me is, you know what? I'll do it your way 100 times if you do it my way once. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you son of a bitch. All right. So we do it all my way. I do it his way once. Press play. What one do you like the best? And the son of a bitch made me sound better than I ever imagined I could, just by sitting on the other side of the drum, being that producer, being that engineer, being that artist. By playing less, he made me sound bigger. He made the song bigger by playing, by addition, by subtraction. Fucking awesome.
It's another one you got to remember. Addition by
subtraction. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Dan's the shit. He really is. And he started this whole thing. He was a contractor. His knees were crushing and everything. I mean, he's been signed to record labels and he's toured with Aerosmith, opening with the Neighborhoods, big Boston band. He was the fourth Neighborhood.
I don't remember them. The Neighborhoods.
Yeah, they're a big rock band. But he was...
well, the Stompers. Remember them?
Oh, yeah.
Stompers. Of course I remember the Stompers. What was their big song?
What?
What was their big song?
I don't know.
I'm going to find out right now.
Yeah, I did that whole club in Beverly.
Are they from East Boston, Stompers?
They're from all around. I think they're South Shore. But yeah, Daniel is just, he's amazing. Amazing guy. That was that thing that Bam the drummer YT. Those
Never
things
Tell an Angel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Never tell an angel when your
heart's on
fire.
Yeah, that's right. That was an antacid commercial afterwards, wasn't it?
Was it really? I don't know. When your heart's on
Good
fire.
idea, though. Good idea.
Yeah,
Good idea. Funny guy.
Oh man.
So what about Godsmack?
Oh, I started building the studio.
Haverhill.
Yeah.
Shout out Haverhill.
Yeah, up in Haverhill.
Haverhill Boxing Club.
Yeah, Haverhill Boxing Club was underneath. Godsmack was awesome. I ended up doing an album with a friend of mine who was friends with that whole camp, because I'm not sure. Those guys are the Mingia Valley playing 45s. Mingia.
Yeah.
so Godsmack just broke. Go Away. That's on Go Away.
Yeah.
So that's when Rocco was on WAAF and everything else. And so I'm building this big, huge recording studio.
How did you make that nexus? Like, how did you connect going to being a drummer to making a recording studio?
Because I wanted to do this to further my education with music and connections.
Okay.
And I started a rehearsal complex recording studio. So I was building it 1 fucking gallon of paint at a time.
Wow.
And it built from 1,100 square feet to 72,600.
Where was this thing? It sounds like an Amazon warehouse.
It was a whole street, Stevens Street.
Wow.
Right in Lafayette Square where the waterfall was. It was the Stevens Mill, which, you know what they made? What they invented?
Paper.
The fucking trap door in Long John's.
Nice.
Nice. But yeah, I ended up
Interesting fact.
I ended up, Godsmack was just breaking. They were big up here, and they started breaking in Cleveland and New York, and they started getting a little bit of LA stuff. So Paul Geary, the drummer from Extreme, who's also an agent, he's got him. He puts him on the Ozfest tour, the very first Ozfest tour. Another Haverhill guy, Rob Cummings, was headlining.
Okay.
Oh, that's his real name,
Okay.
Rob Cummings?
Yeah, Rob Cummings.
Rob
and his cousin
Wow.
was Power Man 5000, those guys.
Oh, really?
So we make this record and with this kid, Sweet Willie, God rest his soul. And he says, yeah, I've known Sully all my life. Dan Battelle is the one actually that there's so many intertwining stories. Dan Battelle is the one who actually taught Sully how to sing. But coming back on the thing, I'm doing a record with Sweet Willie, and he ends up saying, I'm going to get Sully to sing on the song with me. I'm like, okay, cool. So he goes, we do the record, and we got, pre-production. We got most of the tracks down. And he goes, he's playing Ozfest. Let's go to Ozfest. I got us all lined up. Backstage, we're all set, the whole deal. So we go, we're on the bus with Sully, and we're playing the record, and he's like, wow, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Yeah, I'll sing on this. Great. So we leave, where was I? Fucking Camden, New Jersey, or some delightful place like that. And I come back. They finish the tour. They finish the Ozfest tour. They come back. He comes in. We got the place laid out. Like I said, it's 10,000 square feet. I mean, the place was just fucking Disneyland for musicians. My 2 dogs, rock and roll, 300-pound boxes, boxer American Bulldog blended, mixed together. Rock was 160, roll was 140. Oh, man. So Sully comes to sing on the thing. I open the door. He's like, what the fuck is this? Because that's his hometown. That's his area.
Yeah.
He goes, what is this? I mean, this place is fucking beautiful, dude. I mean, you wouldn't believe it.
Sounds like
It's just beautiful.
gigantic.
It's crazy. So he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So he came in, he sang on the record. Did it. He's like, hey, man, this is awesome. He goes, hey, I'm playing the Hampton Beach Casino in 3 days. Can I get some time here in the studio to do an intro? Like before the band comes on, it's like 10, 9, 8, 7, and all these before they fucking hit the lights and drop the curtain, So I'm like, yeah. So he comes in, and I think I was at the time, for simple math, let's say it was $50, $30 an hour. Yeah. It only took 3 hours plus $20 for each CD to be burnt and a DAT tape, which is digital audio tape, all your backups. So 20, 30, 70 and 3, 90, 100, 160 bucks or whatever it came to. I give him the bill and he goes, rips it up, fucking throws it in the trash. He looks at me. He goes, and I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker, is he rock starring on me? Keep your composure, man. Just see what happens. He goes, dude, I know you bumped someone so I could get in here. He pulls out his own personal checkbook and writes out not that amount. Yeah. And said, here. And I said, dude, just because you have money doesn't mean I should charge you more. Best thing I ever did. Yeah. Because then after the fucking Hampton Beach show, all of a sudden there's a tractor trailer out in front of my fucking studio. Ding dong. Hey, Bam, think we could come in and do fucking pre-production for the album? Wow. Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? Great. Awesome. They come in, they do pre-production, like get ready to go to Longview Farms, which is in Western Mass. Rolling Stone, Stevie Wonder, Living Color. They got world-class chefs. They've got 7 stallions. I mean, the rolling hills of friggin' beautiful, world-class studio. So they do pre-production in my place for about 40 days. I bumped all my clients out, told them I'd take care of them afterwards. They're like, you fucking do it. Absolutely. I threw a VH1 party, the first VH1 Save the Music black tie event that wasn't done by Clear Channel Viacom, that wasn't done by VH1.
Right.
I held it. It was at the studio with very good friends of mine. I mean, great people that helped it. I can't say I held it. I held it. All the people that were involved in the studio: Billy Griffin, Maria Fontaine, Tito Cruz. Just all these, Daniel Battelle, all these great people made me look fucking awesome. But this goes to show the power of these people together is like a fucking fist. So we had a black tie event, raised like $17,000. Fucking Maya Menino was there. Johnny Cochran ends up showing up. I'm like, all these people.
Where was it?
This is in fucking Haverhill. This is above the boxing club.
Really?
All black tie. Pete the Greek was doing all the security with the earpieces and stuff. Diamond Associates. The guy was he was a Secret Service agent stood with Jimmy Carter and opened up his own private.
Okay.
So they were finishing their pre-production. The next day, we're turning the studio into 600 people fed, drank, and 7 bands playing with a audio and video production going on for this whole thing with a silent auction. Grand pianos, all these rock stars end up sending stuff for the silent auction.
Right.
Party goes on. Party was a giant success. Those guys came because they were so hot right then. And they came and they were great with all the crowd. I said, you guys are welcome. And they're like, we'll try. They did. Everybody was free. Those guys were so great with the crowd. The crowd was so grateful and everything. They leave. Party ends. I'm mopping the floor in a fucking tuxedo the next morning, so phone rings. Hello. Hey, Bam, it's Sully. I go, hey, man, I hope you had a good time last night. He's like, dude, I can't believe that's where we just were. Because I walked in and I just couldn't believe it. He goes, that's amazing. He goes, there's going to be a guy, ding dong. Someone's at the door. There's going to be a guy coming to your door. I said, yeah, I think he's here. I open the door. It's this guy. He's like, oh, are you Bam? I'm like, yeah, I'm Bam. He goes, give him your phone. I said, okay. Takes the phone, he walks around, and he's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Gives him the phone back. He goes, we want to do the record at your place.
Imagine.
I'm like, dude, I got a 32-channel Mackie board, ADATs, and I said, how are you going to do a major record here? You're going to Longview Farms. You know what I'm saying? He goes, we'll cut the deal. We'll buy the gear. We'll take care of it. We'll cancel in Longview Farms. That place has the vibe. We want it. Imagine. Boom. Next thing you know, Guitar Magazine doing interviews there. My dogs are in fucking Billboard Magazine and Guitar Magazine. It's like, all my friends are like, hey, your dogs made it in fucking Billboard before you did. How you feeling? But Smack was great. They ended up bringing in all kinds of other artists. Some artists I can't talk about, but all kinds of things. I'm not going to mention Tommy Lee, but that's okay. All kinds of stuff went down there. It was great. And those guys were awesome, great. Then they ended up taking Rock and Roll Storage. Then they were tenants of mine. They took one of my sound stages. I'll say it was awesome. It was awesome. Them, the whole camp, the people that work for them, the management group, PGM, Paul Geary Management, all the girls that work. It was awesome.
When was this?
That record came out in what, 2000?
90s, right?
2000, yeah. But the problem was, I sound like a spoiled little rich girl. I want a red Lamborghini, not a yellow one. I didn't want to be a fucking studio owner. I want to play the fucking drums. People didn't even know I played drums.
Wow, really?
That have known me for like 4, 5 to 3 years. I'm like,
they just know you as the studio guy.
Yeah. Yeah, all the years. The great engineers actually that were there too. I mean, there's a dude, Nate, there's John Shipp, who's actually Aerosmith sound engineer after I closed. He was with them right off the rip. John Tashton from Rhode Island, who's originally from Peabody. Just fucking masterminds. I was the facilitator, you could say. I built the studio. A friend had a huge demo company, and I built the studio. Here's an example. They've got, someone wants to redo a building. They've got fire-rated doors, right? 3-foot metal frame doors, fucking closers, everything else. To buy those, it's going to cost you about $2,200 each. I got about 72 doors in my place because I had 55 rehearsal rooms too. 55. Yeah, 250 tenants as a total. Never mind the studio and the lofts up top. 3 hot tubs.
So you were renting it, or you owned it? You rented that?
No,
area?
I rented it. I was just a fucking street kid.
Yeah.
You know, and just took. But the guy who owns the demo company, Kevin Stone, he's got to pay $400 to empty that fucking dumpster full of doors that are brand new. Just because some tech company comes in, I want glass doors. I don't want wood doors. I want this. I want that.
Yeah.
So I take those fucking doors and use them. He saves $500 a bundle, everything, and I got $10,000 worth of doors. All the Cummings properties, all this, all that.
Oh yeah.
And I built a lot of it. I got central AC systems, fucking tenants. The tenants in the place were the shit. They were my soldiers. We were a fucking brotherhood because rehearsal rooms sucked because they were nasty no matter where you went, you know. This was not that. It was Disneyland for musicians. So it was really cool, man. Really, really cool.
Going on.
What's up, guys? Where's Johnny?
He just fucking texted me, actually, as a matter of fact.
We running out of time.
We got a little bit. So listen, I just want to know, what'd you do at the studio? When did you say fuck this and get back into drumming? And what'd you do? Just fucking one day, just close up shop or what?
Yeah, I could have never did it, Mike.
What?
I mean, it was going to. Guy had a fucking huge business. What are you, crazy?
Yeah, well,
Fuck
it was
the drums.
Probably died out.
Well,
Fuck the drums.
I had a partner. Partners are for dancing.
Oh, 100%.
Things went sour.
That's what I've been telling
Left
Johnny.
and right. Yeah, shit went a little sour.
Yeah.
Please don't take one. Don't take the ones with the numbers on them.
This one has a Mitsubishi sign. Look at me.
Means it's an import. Means there's gonna be a tariff on it.
Oh man, I gotta get to a L Street show.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, one Maine or anywhere else, you know.
R.I.P. Laurie Carroll, L Street, Salisbury Beach. Those are my people up there. How long's the owner had it? He's got to know.
He's had it for a while. I just met Jake this year when he came down to a show. So, and that guy and all those people up there are really cool. They're fun.
I want to go up there, man. Just for that fact.
It's a fun time. Also doing, where am I playing? I'm playing at Burlington Village, Craft something.
Where's
outside
that?
there. I don't know. It's on there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Burlington, not Burlington, Mass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm playing outside in the outside at Craft. Damn it, what's the name of that? Common Craft in Burlington. The guys that own Bambolina Pizza in Salem. But there's a green space out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that should again, this Bam on the Record show works anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Anywhere. In a friggin' preschool to a nursing home and everything in between, you know. It's pretty cool. Pretty good.
If you need me to warm up the crowd,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, well, come. What was I going to say? I got to throw this in there, too. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Do I say, check me on Instagram?
Oh, we do all that. We do all that.
It's
Yeah.
Bam the Drummer.
I just
on
put
Instagram.
you on my story and tagged you in it, a little thing. Bam the drummer. And yeah, man, it's fucking awesome. What you got going on.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're the only one doing it, huh?
Yeah.
How'd you think of it?
Marijuana.
Yeah, it can be good. No, listen, you think so much sometimes on it, right?
Well, the thing is, since I love every type of music, I wanted to play anything. Like I'm looking over here, and there's like a dude over here, this white dude, fucking Led Zeppelin shirt on, and then there's this brother over here, and I'm like, I know what he's. I know, that's why I get along with everybody, because I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? What you doing, boy? You want to listen to grown folk music, or what do you want to do? Back when pimps wore fucking gaiters and drove caddies, and he said, "Oh, what do you know about that?"
You know what? It's like I say with sports. I remember like one time my friend, he's in a coma now. He's not going to make it actually. But
sorry.
we were down in Miami where people were like, oh, don't go to this neighborhood down like by the pork and beans. Some terrible neighborhood in Miami. We went in like a Walmart. There was all these black guys. And I'm like, Patriots are in town. They're like, yo, we're going to whoop you like every time you come down there. I'm like, you got that. We do lose every time we come down. And a minute later, we're all laughing and joking. I'm sure like you are with music, right? Like you said.
Common denominator.
It's a common denominator, man.
Right.
You can see someone like you're down in, the Carolinas or Georgia, like you said, and they're playing, blues or whatever it may be, right? And you can relate. You can start talking to them and get into it, or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
Exactly. That's why with the show, I'll make fun of myself first, because I know what you're thinking. Who's fucking Tommy Tank Top Tough Guy think he's doing with the fucking hairdo? Look at this meatball up top. So I say it.
Yeah.
Now I just took your fucking weapons away.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
All right. Well, now we got that out of the way. Let's have some fucking fun. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Make fun of myself so you can't. I disarmed you. And I'm not going to rattle you with a right cross. I'm going to make you laugh. The guy that fucking looks at me like he drank sour milk and puffs up coming in, I'm like, he's going to be my biggest tipper. You watch.
Yeah.
He'll be at the fucking tip jar going. And he'll be pointing at me like, yeah, this is me giving you this $100 bill.
That's another thing. Have you ever worked like a real job, or you just lifelong career musician?
Sales.
Like me, I never really had a real job, to be honest with you.
Sales. I did sales.
Me too.
Cocaine, guns.
Yeah.
No, I did sales. Just sales. I've done,
Yeah.
That's all. Sales.
So
honest
I know it's
I'm an honest student.
I know, and this is a question I probably shouldn't ask, right? But because then it can hamstring you. Like, oh, how much you make a night? People are like, oh, this motherfucker's making this a night. I'm not going to tip him.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. But like, you must do without saying, oh, I make this or that. How do you do on tips? Like, a good night, a bad night, and
I do great on tips. And the thing is, I don't want someone to tip me. Like someone comes up and they try to
like
tell me.
They have to, yeah.
Well, I said, hey, hold on. Don't fucking tip me yet. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, let me earn it. Because I know that $10 bill's going to go to a 20. Because you see, I'll lose 10 pounds at a show.
Yeah.
I'll surprise you. I'll make you laugh. I'll play a song that you forgot that you even knew that you loved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, where did that come from?
Wow.
And I'll make it, it's just, again, getting back to fun. No one's selling it.
Yeah.
No, everyone's either a tough guy or a pouty lip or a fucking, you know what? And no one makes fun of themselves.
It's a gift. Listen, it's a gift. Yeah. This guy has it. I hang out with this guy. This guy is like the greatest entertainer only because it's organic with him. And I always say it, but everybody loves this guy. Everybody's like, yo, Beanshooter. But I'm saying that's what I think of when that's what I think of when I see you, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a fun thing.
Genuine. It's 100% genuine. Yeah. It's people gravitate to people that are pretentious.
Yeah. I agree.
Being genuine goes a long way.
100%.
Being phony when you're trying too hard, you're trying to be a tough guy.
Let's take another take. Like he never said one. Like thing about Instagram or people on Instagram, and I met Mike kind of through Instagram through our friend, but everybody's like, no, let's not do it this way. Let's do it one more time. Since I've known him,
he's a one-take Tommy.
But no, he's never said anything. He just does it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just right off the rip.
And it's like you. It's not like I gotta try to do this. It's like, boom, I'm just gonna have a good time. What do you want here? It's like, what the fuck was that?
Well, there was a lot of time I did learning those songs.
Right, but I'm saying but it's not, it's a whole different thing. But it's genuine. It's organic.
The same joke isn't going to be told at 9:50, no matter what state or city.
Yes.
And you said something earlier that caught my attention, and I know you must mix it up, but you're like, you don't do the same exact show every time. No,
It's
I don't know that.
That's what he's saying. At 9:15, I don't say, "Hey,
Yeah.
good evening,
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Good evening, Boston."
Right.
You know, because that's
What's
what
that? What's
entertainers
that?
do.
What's that movie?
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Cleveland.
Spinal Tap was
Dude,
good.
you're in Philly.
Yeah.
No, but the reason why it's never the same show twice is because the audience chooses what I play. I'll lay down
all
some
right.
songs, you know, some bangers that I know people are gonna fucking just.
What songs do you kick back?
Anything.
No, because you've said it a few times. Is there any that come up a lot where you like, oh, this again? People keep asking me to play this, and
I never get sick of it because they say I'll drop the song and they're singing it. I don't care if it's fucking Journey.
But what song is there? Is there a song like that you're like, oh, fucking, I don't want to play this again? Like
Not
no,
at all.
like a song you kick back. I mean, that you won't play.
I don't play. Well, the only time I won't play something is like if there's a dance floor full of fucking women and some dude wants me to play Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude,
Metallica or something.
You live with your mom still, don't you?
Yeah,
And I love Maiden.
yeah.
But you know what?
The time and a place.
Yeah.
There is a time and a place.
Boy, your clothes are folded nice.
Yeah.
Your mom does your laundry, doesn't she? Yeah. Okay.
He wasn't talking about you, Mike. He wasn't talking about
my
you.
dad, actually.
But yeah, that's the thing. And again, just like this whole thing, it's just having fun. If you can have fun without hurting someone, go.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And on TikTok, we don't have much fucking time on this little rock. So let's have some fucking, everyone's so serious about this and that and fucking, you know what, have some, like I say, punch the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now let's have some fun. There'll be plenty of time for your bullshit later on.
100%.
Someone
We say it all
sent
the
me
time.
something today to put it on my story. It was one of those depressing things like people over the age of 50, the average life expectancy is 73 years old. You have 23 fucking weekends left.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, 300 full moons.
Doesn't matter.
I'm like,
I-
like 200 weekends.
Wring the happiness out of every day.
I'm like, what?
I'm like,
I started
wow.
thinking about it.
I'm like, shit, that's fucking 6 more weekends than I thought I got. I gotta book some shows.
And I'm like, fuck, I ain't gonna make it to the average age, so I'm below this. You know what I mean?
Bring the happiness out of every day, man. That's it.
That's it. And the sober thing, I was sober before for 10 years, like I was telling you, but I didn't have my head straight. And instead of, and trust me, if AA works for everybody or do what works. My thing is, I tried to find out what made me do fucking coke. Because I knew it wasn't fun. It wasn't social. It didn't help. What was it doing? And for what makes me do this?
Underlying causes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I ran inside and I've never been happier in my fucking life than I have been in the past 4 years. It just keeps getting better. Because again, if I go to bed and it's that whole word genuine, when your word means something,
Right.
when you're around, because when you go sober, all the shitbags they fade away. They pass your peripheral and they're just not there anymore. And other people come into your life and they gravitate towards you if you're genuine.
Right. No, 100%.
Let me tell you, we've all fucked up pretty bad.
100%.
But look at where we are right now.
No doubt.
Someone said this to me, I don't know if it was Dan Battelle, I can't remember who said it to me, but he said, listen, when you wake up in the morning, before you do anything, list and don't fucking scam out of this. I don't even care if you got to pee. Stay in bed and before you put your fucking feet on the floor, list 3 things that you're grateful for that day right off the rip. You know what? I'll tell you, just that one thing, if you stick to that one thing,
100%.
for me,
Yeah.
I'm not Tony. I'm not fucking Tony Robbins.
But it
Yeah,
ain't
we
gonna
say
hurt
it.
anybody else to do that.
We say it all the time.
It's not gonna hurt you.
We say it all the time. The biggest thing that we say is we had somebody talking the other night, like, when we were saying, me and Mike were like, we're getting old. Hey, you know what the dude said? A lot of dudes don't make it this far.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
A lot of dudes don't make it this
that's
far.
true.
Like, just be grateful to just, to age,
Well,
right? You're still on the planet.
You know what I'd say to that? The fucking best is yet to come, bro.
Right, no doubt.
Okay.
I agree.
That's
I
the
agree.
thing. And
I
let me tell
agree.
you,
I agree wholeheartedly.
and if you are genuine about it, and All you got to do, you wake up. What am I grateful for? Yeah, sober. I know that. I'm not going to use that as an easy one. No, I'm grateful that my fucking transmission's fixed in my car. That's not going to cost me.
Right.
I'm grateful for the
Do what
next
I want.
thing you know.
Whatever, yeah.
You got a list, a laundry list.
Now you could go pee in the morning.
Right.
Now you're like, yeah,
Right, that's how you start the
man.
day.
You're
Just
making
being great.
music.
It's a decision you make in the morning. It's a decision you make in the morning.
Right.
But I go like this, so I don't know. I got a handicap play for mine. I don't know. You want to, God bless you. But anyway, it's a whole other story for it. That's a whole other podcast. But listen, hey man, hey Bam, you got a great story, man.
It's a great, you know what? You're the captain of your story. Trust me, it's been a lot of shit I've done. I wish I could have done different. But again, the best is yet to come.
100%.
When you know what's telling you, and you'll find out who your friends are.
Always.
Your friends are the ones that are going to, I got 2 friends, including Dan Battelle and another very good friend of mine, Sam Fern, that stepped the fuck back from me and said, Bam, I love you with all my heart and I've done everything I can. But now you're becoming I support people. I've got a wife. I've got kids. I've got family. If something goes down, you fucking lose your shit or whatever or however or something, or I'm involved with you, that puts my family at risk.
Jeopardy.
So know this. I tried everything I could. I hope the next time I see you, you're not in a fucking box, but I'm stepping away from you.
Yeah.
Oh. So does that mean I can't borrow $80?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, well, you know that mentality. That's where I was going. So, well,
Cut it right off.
yeah,
the
well,
bat.
yeah. So yeah, man, the sober thing is all about it. It's funny that when I tell people that, they're like, "He's kidding with the sober thing, right? This guy's fucked up."
That's what they say about us.
Yeah, I
How'd you
know.
meet Anne Marie?
Actually, Josh from whatchamacallit TV. He called me and said, "Hey, you want to come to?
That's the one who interviewed you?
Yeah.
Drill?
Us.
Yeah, great
They were
dude.
there, yeah.
He's a great dude.
He's an ex-partier too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Josh, right? That kid?
So he ends up saying, "Hey, you want to come to a cool magazine party?" I said, "Yeah, but I'd rather play a cool magazine party." And he goes, "Wow, that didn't work. Hold on." Click, hangs up, calls Anne Marie. Day goes by. He's like, call her. So I call her, talk to her about it. She says, "Yeah, we know this fucking shitload of the same people. How don't I know you?" I'm like, "I don't know. Well, maybe we're fucking rotating, you know."
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I go up, we play it. Bang, bang, bang. This leads to that, to that, to that.
What
to
a
that.
night
Now
that!
we're
What a night
fucking-
that was!
That was awesome.
And you were the big part of it. It was unbelievable.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go check you out again up at Salisbury Beach.
Cool.
Definitely.
We'll be up
man.
there.
Yeah, I didn't know you. I didn't know you guys were sober. I had no idea. I had no idea.
But that's what happens. I'm saying we're building relationships
Right.
with people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This is how the whole thing goes.
Yep.
This is why it gets greater later, like
Right.
you said.
Greater
Later.
later. You get that one?
Yeah.
That's a
Brett.
fucking t-shirt, right? Oh
Breath,
my god.
later.
Hold on. Let me get
Subtraction.
addition through subtraction.
Addition to
Takes
subtraction.
away, makes you
And
bigger.
then remember this
All right.
one. Take it out. It hurts. No.
Hey, and an honor student. That's the best one today. Honor student. Yo, this guy's the shit right here.
All stolen
You know,
material
hey,
from someone somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of that, I was down in Tulsa and I was with the guy from House of Pain. And I used to love him, right? And today the song.
That's one of the bangers. I'll light that song up and the whole
Which
fucking
one?
play.
Jump
House of
Around?
Pain. Oh, Jump Around.
Yeah.
I had a guy. I got to tell this story, but finish. This big guy, Darren, big fucking Marine, beard, fucking one of these, run security. I was playing a gig, and he's partying. I mean, man, that motherfucker could drink. He drank the bottle and everything, literally, like the glass.
Yeah.
He fucking take it all. It wasn't a hobby. He was professional. Okay. So I played Jump Around, and I know he's gonna fucking laugh at that because every time I play, he's jumping. This dude's benching like fucking 405, like
think
to
you
warm
played it
up.
that
He's
night.
a fucking bob
I want to
bender,
hear
you know.
it now. Jump around. I want to hear you do it.
But he's jumping and jumping and jumping. Crack comes down. Fucking these pavers at this outside place broke. He fucking broke his ankle like crack.
Yeah.
Damn.
So every time I play it and he's at the club, I get
He sits down.
I get this.
But today I was listening to something Cypress Hill come on.
Oh, yeah.
How I could just kill a man.
Yeah.
And there's a line in that. He says, "How do you know where I'm at when you haven't been where I've been? Understand where I'm coming from."
I like it.
That's my line from now on.
I like it.
So we're gonna, Bam, thanks for coming on.
brother.
It was awesome.
My pleasure, brother. Really, honest to
Justin,
God.
what's episode we gonna say this is now?
54.
Got me all fucked up now. 54.
Studio
What are you-
54,
What are you
bitches.
doing to me? Imagine the people when they see, this guy was on it.
That's crazy.
John, you don't even know the ripple this will cause.
Oh, you don't. But listen,
even know. You
it's
don't
okay.
even know. Episode 54,
54 in the books, kid.
Let's go.
Beanshooter, I like a jet, let's go. Beanshooter, it's not a line he doesn't tow. In a world full of dogs, you're gonna need a dog catcher. If you're wearing a mask out there, and fresh air